Couldn't ask for anything better. We got the best fans in the country, and where we're at because of them. They come out and support us day in and day out, and they give us that extra boost we need to come out with victories.
I can't really underscore just how geeked you guys looked yesterday for that game against BYU, and I people kept talking about the Mountain West Conference tournament and whether you really needed to win this tournament and what was at stake. And you and your teammates said, look, we're not worried about any seedings. We're not worried about the NCAA. We want to beat BYU, man. They knocked us off twice this year. There was no way that you were going to let that happen for a third time in that championship game yesterday.
Exactly. NCAA was definitely not a thought in that championship game. We wanted revenge. They were our number one motivation to get back to the championship and have the opportunity to play them again. And from the start, like you said, we had a different look in our eyes.
DJ, what was the thought when you saw the name come up, where you're going, the 2 seed, the opponent, Northern Colorado? What was just your initial thoughts on that?
Couldn't ask for anything better. I mean, it's close to home. We're familiar with Northern Colorado. Played my freshman and sophomore year. They're a very tough team from what I remember. I just can't wait to get out and compete.
All right. Can I take you back to the UNLV game on Thursday or Friday night? I mean, Where does that one rank for you this year? You had a game-winning shot at Colorado State. You had a 30-point game in Albuquerque. I didn't know that you could top any of that stuff, but then you beat UNLV on Friday night. When did that shot sink in for you?
It still hasn't hit me yet. It still hasn't hit me. I mean, I'm so focused on trying to get this first win in the NCAA tournament. But I know that shot meant a lot because, it gave us that extra opportunity at another chance at BYU, and I think that's what means the most to me about that shot.
DJ, talk about the goals as you move forward here, because I know when you were in Vegas yesterday, you only cut down one net, and Brian said that's because we've got more nets to cut down later on in March. Just talk about what the goals are now that you're in the NCAA tournament.
It's one game at a time. We can't start talking Final Four and Elite Eight if we don't get the first one done. So, we have to focus on this first one and to keep making history and win our first NCAA game.
How well would you rate the defensive performance of your team against Jimmer Fredette, and how perfect did you guys execute your game plan in that championship game on Saturday against BYU? You said after the game that when the game was tied, I'm going back to the Vegas game, but Coach Fisher called the lob play on the interception by Chase Tapley. That's when your defense started on that play, and it carried right on through the BYU game. You guys were almost letter perfect.
Right. We followed the game plan to a T. We kept some long bodies on him, some fresh bodies, and just try to tire him out. Billy did a great job on him, and we did a great job of providing help for him. I don't know if he was tired from the 52 points or not, but we did something right.
Ultimately, DJ, when you wrote the script in your head at the start of your senior season, did you ever imagine anything like this playing out in real life?
Yeah, sitting here and talking to Ben and I on a Sunday afternoon, that had to be something you thought about.
No, not at all. If you would have told me we would have been 32-2, I probably would have just laughed. But it's been a special season, but we still have a lot of work to do.
Well, congratulations. I will ask you this question, even though I know your answer. Is there any disappointment at all that Duke got the number 1 seed and you guys got the number 2 seed?
No, we're just happy to have the opportunity to play back in the tournament again.
All right, DJ, congratulations. Thanks for stopping by. Look forward to seeing you in Tucson.
Good to see you, my friend.